Mwah. What's up everyone, it is Anthony from Heroes of Fandom, and this video is long overdue. If you haven't seen my Ten Gokaiger haul video, you should totally check that out because we got a lot of good stuff. But today, we're going to be talking about the actual movie because I need to talk about it. So about a month ago, I watched Ten Gokaiger here in Hiroshima, Japan in theaters, and I was going to film a review right after, but then I got sick. And so, and then after that stuff just kept, coming out, releasing, and then other events happened, so I would, make videos for that. Gokaiger kind of got lost, even though I was still thinking about it. I've been thinking about this whole time doing it, but there was just never a good moment until now. So now we're doing it. Now we're going to talk about Ten Gokaiger. Let's get into it, but before that, please make sure you subscribe to the channel because we always got good toku stuff here. Please keep a couple of things in mind. I watched this movie in Japanese, so I didn't quite understand fully the whole movie at first, but now that a lot of people have seen it now, including people outside of Japan, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter about it, so I think I got the story now. And also, there will be spoilers in this review. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this review. Go watch the movie, or wait till you can watch the movie and then come back and watch the video. First, let's talk about the cast. The main cast, the main six, they all look great. They look amazing. They look like they haven't aged at all. It's been 10 years. Well, I guess technically 5, because they came back in Joger. But yeah, no, they all look good. Especially I'm like did not age whatsoever. Like, she looks exactly the same she did 10 years ago. We got the 2 announcers of the Super Sentai Derby Coliseum. We got Hiroya Matsumoto, who is or was Beatbuster and Maji Yellow. Of course he had to come back. He always comes back. And then we also got Hosogai Kei, who played Bosco in Gokaiger. But he wasn't Bosco in this movie because, Bosco's dead. Even though he came back in Zenkaiger, but whatever. He came back as one of the announcers, and I believe his name was Moscow. So kind of a callback. He even had like a little monkey stuffed animal with him. We also got the return of Tokyu Sango and Tokyu Gogo as children. Yeah, so we got the child actors from Tokyuger, but they're a little older now. Yeah, that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool to see. They were betting on the Super Sentai that were fighting, so that was kind of cool. It would have been nice if they were betting on their own Rangers. Why didn't they do that? That would have made so much sense. That would have been amazing. Why didn't they do? Oh well. We got the ring announcer of the Super Sentai Derby, and he is actually the voice actor for the Mobirates, which is very appropriate, I think. And then we got the Ministry of Defense, who is actually the bad guys. So we got some returning actors, including the singer of the Gokaiger theme song. He was one of the villains, or he was like the big bad guy who was defeated at the end. And then we also had the female villain, who I believe was in Kamen Rider Forze, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also got the actor who played Kamen Rider Bravo in Kamen Rider Gaim. He was also a villain, which is interesting. And then we also got an assistant for the Ministry of Defense. His name is Niwano, and he actually is the boy that turned into Shinken Red in the Gokaiger series. However, the actor isn't the same. I don't know why they couldn't get the original actor. But yeah, totally different actor, but same character. Now let's talk about the story. So basically, there is a Super Sentai Derby Coliseum. The Ministry of Defense has gotten their hands on Bosco's trumpet that can summon Ranger Key clones. And of course, they have access to the Ranger Keys, and they have this really interesting looking machine that controls the trumpet and all the Ranger Keys. They can summon any Ranger Key clone with the touch of their iPad, and Guy is working with the Ministry of Defense to raise money for Earth's defenses, or Guy thinks that's what it's for. But you know how gullible he can be, right? And then we also got the Gokaiger team. They're all split up, and it seems like at first that some of them aren't getting along with each other. But of course, at the end, they band together, and it was all part of a big plan to defeat the bad guys, because the bad guys had, destroyed their Gokai Galleon. So when I was watching the movie, I didn't fully understand the motive behind the villains, but then I learned later on that the villains were going to use Super Sentai to conquer the universe. So they're gonna go attack other worlds with Super Sentai, so it's like Earth attacking, other worlds. Which is a very cool and interesting concept. I love that. So let's get into very notable and some of my favorite parts of the movie. The first one being the opening. Right at the beginning, it was a very eerie opening. We got Joe, Gokai Blue, shooting the Gokai Galleon, and then we also got Gokai Red and Gokai Silver fighting. And their fighting was not like some sort of trick. They were actually really fighting. So they didn't pull like a superhero Tyson Kamen Rider Decade versus Gokai Red kind of thing. No, they're actually fighting. Also, the Super Sentai Encyclopedia is canon to the Super Sentai universe, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, this thing is amazing. I love this thing. If you don't have one of these, and if you're a huge Sentai fan, highly recommend you getting this, because oh my gosh, this is amazing. So at the beginning of the movie, Gokai Green meets two boys who had this Super Sentai Encyclopedia, and one of them was talking about how they thought Battle Fever J was really cool, and he was doing like the dance. I think was it Battle France? Is that the one, the dance that he did? I don't remember, but which was interesting because they were young boys. I didn't think boys that age knew about Battle Fever J. It was also really cool seeing Haim and Kitame Silver interacting for a brief moment on Crystalia. That was it was kind of cool to see the Gokaigers interacting with a team that came after them, kind of like how they did with Zyuohger. At one point in the movie, Luca pretends kidnaps Captain Marvelous, and she takes him to the Ministry of Defense. And one moment stood out to me, showing kind of her badass personality. She had her Ranger Key, her Gokai Yellow Ranger Key, and then she just dropped it on the floor, and that's how she gave it to the Ministry of Defense, which I thought I was like, wow. What a badass, alright. And then we got Captain Marvelous taking part in the Super Sentai Derby Coliseum, and he just slices up all these Ranger Key clones. He slices up Black Condor and Big One and Gosei Red and Kitame Silver, a few others. Marvelous is the GOAT, that's why. We also got a glimpse of the Kitame Silver Ranger Keys, so that's gotta make you wonder, like, are they going to release more Ranger Keys? I'd be down. I would buy them in a heartbeat. No questions asked, I would buy them. And then we're taken to the part where Gokai Red and Gokai Silver are fighting, and Gokai Red is mopping the freaking floor with Gokai Silver. That's how you know that Gokai Red's the GOAT, man. He just mops the floor with Gokai Silver, and of course, one of the villains interferes and lets Gokai Silver win. Cheap shot, what a cheap shot. But then we got Haim coming to the rescue and saving Captain Marvelous, because she is also the GOAT. And another appearance that I liked from a character was Joe's appearance to Guy when Guy was being attacked by some Red Ranger Key clones, and Joe fights Aka Ranger. Pretty dope. He drops his sword to fight Aka Ranger. Hand-to-hand combat. That was dope. Joe also had the soul of the Gokai Galleon, which then later on in the movie turns into the Gokai Galleon Ranger Key. And Guy's faces throughout the entire movie were just priceless. Absolutely priceless. Like, even like when he first sees Joe, and then we got the one and only Gokai change throughout the entire movie. We got Gokai Pink and Gokai Red transforming into Reds that came after their season. After, I guess technically after Kyoryuger, Tokyuger, the Ninja, Juoger and on, yes. I had to think about it. And that was, oh god, that was really cool to see. Really nice to see them transforming into these newer Reds. Would I have liked to see more Gokai changes? Of course I would have. I mean, come on, who wouldn't? But this movie was more about the Gokaigers themselves. Of course, there were, you know, those anniversary aspects of it, but this was mostly a Gokaiger movie. And later on, we got Luca as a YouTuber, yo. She exposes the villains for who they really are with this mirror thing from Crystalia that I'm got from Kitame Silver. That was a funny moment. Just seeing another side of Luca. That was great. And that's when she saves Dawn, and they actually end up, you know, switching Ranger keys. She ended up having his Gokai Green Ranger key, and then Dawn had to go grab Luca's Gokai Yellow Ranger key that was sitting on the desk in the ministry's office, and he actually he had his Mobiritz in his mouth, kind of like when that happened in Gokaiger, right? When Joe and Dawn, you know the episode. And the final battle, oh my god, when they band together and they're all in their original clothes, that OG drip, and it's just the music, the background music, the Gokai, oh my god, that was, oh my god, I was like, it, like I felt it here, right here, like I was like holding back the tears, like. And of course they have to say their signature phrases, like, you know, Luca says the baka and things like that. So that was, of course, you gotta do it. We of course got the Gokai Cross armor. Oh my gosh. So Joe uses the Gokai Galleon key in his Mobiritz, and then that gives not only him but everyone their own Gokai Cross armor. And then Joe kind of twists it again so that all of their armor can go onto Marvelous, and then Marvelous practically becomes Gokai O and defeats the bad guy. So yeah, it looks pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a Power Rangers Battleizer. and it's amazing. Super Mega Force 10 years after. Come on. I want to see that Super Mega Battleizer. You know what I'm saying? Come on, give us Troy. And while the credits roll, we got the brand new Super Sentai Getter, and I really like the arrangement of the new Super Sentai Getter. They had to change a few things because there's just so many teams now, but I like it. I like how they did it, and I really like the credit scenes. We had some old footage from, or not footage, was it footage or pictures? I don't remember, but it was old stuff from, you know, when they were filming the Gokaiger TV series, and then they had some behind the scenes stuff for the Ten Gokaiger movie. So yeah, it was really cool to see. So now let's talk about my overall thoughts on this movie. This movie's amazing. On Twitter I actually gave it a 9.5 out of 10, and the only reason why I did was because I thought the ending was kind of weirdly paced. I feel like there should have been more of a denouement, or it was just weird because the denouement was like in the middle of the credits. So like I feel like if that was just moved to before the credits and then we got like an actual mid-credits scene like that, I feel like that would have been better, because yeah, like I don't know, it felt kind of a little rushed at the end. I felt like there should have been more, but you know, we got what we got. I mean, like honestly, that's really not that big of a deal. Like I would probably, you know, honestly, I'm probably gonna give this movie a 9.8 out of 10. Like it's really not that big of a deal because the whole movie was just amazing, and just hearing that original Gokaiger score was just really nostalgic for me, especially because Gokaiger is you know, a very special Sentai for me. Not only is it my favorite Sentai, but there's reasons why it's my favorite Sentai, and personally in my personal life I was, you know, graduating high school and entering college around that time when Gokaiger was happening. And that was a really fun time in my life. So Gokaiger was there during that time. And then also Gokaiger was also the time when I started actually buying Sentai toys and having them imported from Japan to the US. So that just exposed me to a whole new world of collecting, and now we're here. Look at what we're doing. So yeah, no, Gokaiger really set the bar for me personally. Like I said earlier, this movie is really about the Gokaigers. There's definitely that Super Sentai anniversary feel to it. I mean, you got all these Ranger Key clones, you know, fighting and stuff, which is really cool, really amazing. But this definitely was about the Gokaiger team and how they, you know, come band together again and defeat the bad guy. So overall, amazing movie. My favorite 10 Years After movie. Absolutely, like, by far. I might be biased. I might be totally biased. But, whatever. I don't care. Gokaigers go. Come on. Goat Kaiger. With that being said, we will have another movie review out for you very soon. We're going to be taking a look at Kamen Rider Beyond Generations after I watch that. I am so excited to watch that, and we will have a more timely mannered video. I know this video was very late, very late, but Beyond Generations will be more timely. I promise. But thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, because we will be back with many more good Toku videos for you. And also follow us on all of our social media down in the description below, and we will see you all next time.